A true story of triumph over trials and tribulations is that of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, one of the greatest composers in history, who overcame significant personal and professional challenges throughout his life. Born in Salzburg, Austria, in 1756, Mozart was a child prodigy, composing music and performing before European royalty by the age of 5. His father, Leopold Mozart, was a talented musician and recognized Wolfgang's extraordinary gifts early on, dedicating his life to promoting his son's career. From a young age, Mozart dazzled audiences across Europe, performing with his sister, Nannerl, and gaining fame as a musical genius. Despite his early successes, Mozart's life was far from easy. As he grew older, he struggled to find stable employment and financial security. In 1787, Mozart applied for the position of court composer. At the time, Joseph Haydn and other prominent composers were already established in Vienna, and the competition for such positions was intense. Although Mozart was well regarded, the court favored other musicians who were more politically connected, or who could better align with the court's expectations. In particular, Mozart found himself at odds with the conservative tastes of the Viennese aristocracy, who often preferred the more traditional styles of composers like Antonio Salieri, who was favored by the court. Salieri's position as court composer in Vienna meant that he had the support of the aristocracy, while Mozart, despite his talent, often struggled to gain the same level of patronage. This competition culminated in the 1787 appointment of Salieri as a prominent figure in the court, which further sidelined Mozart. Although he managed to secure commissions for individual works, including operas and symphonies, he did not attain the stable employment he sought. His independent spirit and reluctance to play the political game of patronage often led to missed opportunities, making it difficult for him to maintain a steady income and position within the Viennese music scene. On a personal level, he married Constanze Weber in 1782, and while their marriage was filled with love, it was marked by financial difficulties. Mozart rented an upscale apartment in the upscale district of Alsergrund, complete with multiple rooms for himself, his wife, Constanze, and their growing family. He often hosted lavish gatherings and soirees, entertaining fellow musicians, aristocrats, and friends with food, drink, and music. His penchant for fine clothing and dining also contributed to his image as a fashionable and cultured composer. Despite composing some of his greatest works during this time, including The Marriage of Figaro, Don Giovanni, and The Magic Flute, Mozart's financial struggles persisted, and he was forced to borrow money from friends and fellow musicians. Mozart's life suffered from bouts of illness throughout his life, exacerbated by the stress of his financial problems and the demands of his work. Despite these challenges, Mozart continued to produce music at an astonishing rate, composing symphonies, operas, chamber music, and piano concertos that would leave an indelible mark on Western classical music. Tragically, Mozart died in 1791 at the age of 35, penniless and buried in an unmarked grave, his genius not fully recognized during his lifetime. Yet, even in his final months, he composed some of his most profound works, including his unfinished Requiem. Despite the many obstacles he faced, Mozart's music transcended his personal struggles and has since become a cornerstone of Western classical tradition. Mozart's legacy as one of the greatest composers in history is a testament to his resilience, creativity, and determination. Though he faced financial hardship, professional rejection, and illness throughout his life, his music continued to flourish, touching the hearts of millions and inspiring generations of musicians. His ability to persevere through adversity and create timeless masterpieces solidifies his place in history as a symbol of triumph over trials and tribulations.